everybody. You are tuned in to the When You See Love podcast, where we discuss all things love, marriage, and everything in between. I'm your host, Kamille, and by my side forever and always is my lovely co-host and husband, Snaxx.
Hi.
We are not happy.
You're not too happy right now.
We're not happy.
So this is technically season 1, episode 6.2.
I thought we were recording. I thought I was recording.
We had some technical difficulties.
We were talking for 30 minutes.
A whole 30.
The episode was almost over.
We were talking, but we weren't being recorded. Put it that way. Well, I was being recorded.
Snaxx was recording, but on my end,
nothing was happening.
Nothing was happening.
Yeah. So we're back.
We're back. And we're dry.
Yeah.
And
we'll get back to it. But right now it's going to be a very somber beginning.
It is. It's very raw right now because I just cannot believe that.
Early growing pains, man.
Yeah, we even had this awesome shout out for our sister and new brother. They had just got married.
Shout out to Dacia. Shout out to my new brother Tom.
Yes,
because we had just watched
the wedding video
film
before we recorded, and I was crying. And on
Legit.
the last
you could hear
episode,
tears
I
on
was
the
in
mic.
tears.
Well, you couldn't because it wouldn't be recorded, but
it was such a beautiful shout out because you guys had a beautiful ceremony, and even though we couldn't physically be there, we were very happy to be on the other side of the TV and still be there with you guys. And I loved seeing the wedding recap because we weren't able to be there. This was our first virtual wedding, and so it was just so nice to see how everything turned out, to see their love, and
hear more of the. I guess we heard all the vows.
We heard all the vows prior, but just to hear them and hear the words, we kind of are in our last episode that we weren't recording. In our last take, we kind of talked about Dacia's vows and Tom's vows, and how awesome they were, and how it was a reminder to me, specifically when she talks about love being a gift from God, and I wholeheartedly believe that, and it's something that every day you have to nurture and put time into, and so I'm just so happy for you guys, and I am so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'm going to rewatch the video.
Oh, yeah,
and
we'll
cry
definitely
again.
probably watch it one more time.
Yeah.
So, shout out to the Andersons. Shout out to the Hobsons. Shout out to all our family over there. Like Kamille was saying, it was a very beautiful video.
It was.
Shout out to whoever, shot
together.
it, very close to my heart, the video side of things. So, y'all did a great job. Shout out to Mama Hobson. She was man. Dacia and Mama Hobson, y'all are two in the same. Y'all are the same people.
You guys' voice sound the same. It was so crazy. When it switched over to Sister Sheila talking, I was like, "Is that Dacia?"
Yeah,
that's not Dacia.
Yeah, they're very similar. How everyone says that the Haleys look alike, and y'all are, the Hobsons are.
They're very similar. Yep. Same So, so shout out to you guys. Yeah. Shout out to you guys, and I'm sorry that I hope I don't sound dry.
Man, I know I do. We're going to get through it, though.
We're going to get through it.
So, yeah, like I said, take 2, trying this again.
We're trying it again.
Are you recording?
I believe I am recording.
Is it moving?
It's moving.
We're good.
Because, I said, it was so funny when we were recording, or when I thought we were. I looked down at my screen and I did not see the little blue squiggly lines that kind of, let you know you're recording. And I just looked up at Snaxx so slowly.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah, I guess a little background info. Since this is a very budget podcast right now, we have 2 mics, but they're not recording on the same system. So we have our 2 laptops and we're recording separately.
Right.
So
I can't see what he's doing.
And I can't see what she's doing. And I'm like the techie in the family.
So he probably would have caught it.
I would have caught it. But Kamille, I love Kamille. She's very, very smart. But technology is not
my thing.
It's not her thing.
It's not my calling. It's not my ministry.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at that. It's just that's growing pains. That's something that we just gotta, You either win or you learn.
And that's what he told me. He was like, let me show you, because you either win or you learn.
I'm gonna tell my kids that in the future. That's like my go-to saying nowadays.
He like showed me like, this is what this means, this how you check this, and so here we are. So yeah, we're trying it again. So
for you guys,
what's crazy is that I'm actually deep conditioning right now. So my curls are gonna be so moisturized after this, because this is take 2, and I still got my cap on.
Yeah. So we, every week we do the I would, you never. And man, we had some really good ones this week.
Great ones.
We're not gonna redo them because it just won't be the same.
It's not gonna be authentic. So we're gonna try some. We have some backups, and they're probably not going to be as fun.
Boo.
Boo boo. Boo boo.
Well, we could do it. So yeah, did you want to do the disclaimer?
Yeah, I'll do our disclaimer. So we want our audience to know that we are not marriage counselors. We're not therapists. Clearly, I'm not a tech person. I ain't got all the answers. Snaxx ain't got all the answers. We're just here.
We're just here,
and we thought it would be cool to use this platform to talk about our journey and our growing pains as well. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we're just here to be us.
Yep.
Cut and dry. And dry.
So we can do our game. I would, but you would never. So this is a game, if you're new here, where you say one thing that you would do for sure that your spouse would never. See, I can't even get it together no more.
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right. Babe, you go first. While I get my life.
What I got. All right. Again, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Our last one was great. It was, like Kamille mentioned, she's doing a deep condition right now. So it was about that. It was, I would just, like, if it's wash day, because y'all know I'm trying to grow my hair out. I got these curls popping.
I'm done. I don't want to be a
People
part
keep
of
saying
it.
I look like Boz. I don't know if anybody knows Boz, but
Boz?
J. Cole, Dreamville. I'll show you a picture. Okay. I damn near do look like him. But anyway, because his hair is pretty nice.
Oh, so you got nice hair.
If you say
you don't want to toot your own horn. Toot toot.
So my I would, you never is I would, if it's wash day, just wash my hair in the shower like normal people. Kamille would wash her hair in the sink because she's gross.
I'm not gross, okay? That's how my mama did it, and I don't like all that hair in the tub, on the shower curtain, down my back, in my ear. I don't like that.
Just go take a shower.
So that was his.
That was his. Or that was mine. And then hers was, well, go ahead.
Mine was, I would wake up in the morning, very chipper, eager, ready to start the day, ready to ask Snaxx how he slept, what are your plans for the day, but Snaxx will never. He don't be about that life.
Anytime. Camille's Elmo in the morning, and I'm no.
He's not the Grouch, but he's not Elmo.
Camille's Oscar the Grouch at night, and she's Elmo in the morning. She makes a transformation overnight. I don't know how she does it, but she does
the body
it.
Good.
Anywho.
So now we're gonna do some new ones. You go first, babe. Yeesh.
Yuck. So, all right, so 2.0. I would I would scenario. All right, we're driving.
Dang, you got to do background.
Sorry. Whatever. Scenario. We're driving and my car tank is on not E, but it's down there.
Okay.
I would probably still just go home. I would just wait till the last minute to get gas. I would wait till the light comes on. Kamille would never.
No.
Kamille, like on her car or in her car, it tells her, X amount of gas, X amount of miles you have before your gas runs out. She won't let it go under 100.
I try not to.
And 100 is like a fourth.
And you know why?
Why? Go ahead, enlighten me.
Because G Mama, she said that you never know, like, you can't predict what situations you might be in. What if you get stuck in real bad traffic and you on less than a fourth? You in trouble. And she said specifically,
you either win or you learn.
You was gonna learn that day.
I was gonna learn. I'm gonna learn eventually.
You gonna learn.
I haven't learned yet, but I'm gonna learn eventually.
You gonna
probably.
learn. Because she said specifically in the winter time, you should never go below a half a tank. Never. Never. But then my mom, she is actually like you. My mom will put the car into, like, the gas light come on, or it's like 10 miles to E. She'll drive all her whatever.
You gotta have a relationship with your car.
That's what she said. I know my car.
Yeah, everybody says that. And I know my car.
I know when it's time. But then she told me that, like, it's also good to use up your gas. Like, you shouldn't continue to have like old gas or something like that.
I've heard that too.
So, but I want to say, I tried my luck during this quarantine time because I hadn't got gas since like early March, and I just got gas last week, and it was 10 miles to E. I said, am I going to get, and meanwhile the gas station is like less than a mile away from the house, and I was like, am I gonna make it?
So it's to the point where, like, we be going to the grocery, say we take a car to the grocery store. The grocery store is down the street. We'll hop in, she'll have like 100 in one. Are we gonna make it to the grocery store and back?
I think we should just put 10 in. Just put $10 in.
So
that's a good one.
that was
yours. Okay.
Not as good as the first one.
It's not as good as the first one, but it's okay. We're making do.
Whatever.
I know. I'm sorry.
Are you recording? I'm gonna ask you that.
I keep checking. I'm so I got like PTSD now. I keep checking my thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's recording. Goodness, that was like traumatic. And I didn't know how I was gonna tell Snaxx.
Hey, it's a learning experience though.
It's crazy because like during the last take, he like looked up at me and was just like, "Is everything okay over there?"
Yeah, man. Because I'm, if y'all listen to this podcast, I feel like you could tell who kind of keeps the conversation going for the most part. I couldn't do this alone. I'm not a talker. So it was at one point I was just talking. I'm like, man, like, are you gonna respond? I'm drowning over here.
Like, oh shoot, I'm not recording. What am I gonna tell Snaxx?
Help me.
And he over there wondering, like, looking for me to rescue him, and I'm over here like,
I don't know what I was talking about.
We ain't been recording.
I could tell, like, I probably noticed like 2 minutes before you told me.
I said something, yeah.
Because you looked and your face was like,
panicked.
Damn. I know what this is.
Oh shoot. Okay, so here's my new one, my 2.0. Okay. When times get rough, I would clean out the fridge, but you would never. Like, if it comes down to it and the fridge ain't about the right, we didn't let it go too long.
I feel like everybody has these moments. You leave that leftover whatever, and it just finds its way to the back.
It finds its way to the back.
And 2-3 weeks later, you got to clean that out.
It's not going to be Snaxx. And I want to plug something else in. Because it'll be, let's say we made macaroni. It'll be a little bit left in there. Not enough for serving. But for whatever reason, Snaxx doesn't want to dump that out into the trash can. Instead, he'll just put it back in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like dealing with that.
I'm not adding to your I would or you would never, whatever. But reason being is because for some odd reason, so I do 95% of the dinner cooking around here. Kamille just refuses to put up food at night. I don't get it.
I used to. What I think it is.
I don't know what it is. It'd be.
You put me on trial. I feel like I have to defend myself.
You tried it. Of course, I'm not thirsty to clean up anything. I just cleaned. I just cooked. So I'm not thirsty to throw away macaroni, whatever. I'm throwing it in the refrigerator. I don't care.
Like, we have like.
I'm trying to hurry up and get in the bed too.
We got glassware and stuff. But, Snaxx just put everything in one pot, put the top on the pot, put it in the refrigerator.
Call it a day.
And if it's a small amount of something that really just needs to be thrown away, he'll just still put that in the refrigerator.
And if it sits in there for,
and then that's on me.
You got to clean that. So it all comes back to you eventually.
That's on me. Yeah. I used to put the food up, but what has happened is we eat dinner late. Because I have I'm trying to defend myself.
There is no defense.
I have class late, right?
Once a week.
So I have class late. Sometimes it'll be until like 9:30. So we'll have dinner late. He'll feed me good. Feed me all this good food. So by the time it's over, I'm trying to get into bed. I'm trying to rest, lay my bones down.
Nigga, you don't think I'm trying to do the same thing?
And, you know, and it's to the point where it be like nose goes. Like, I ain't putting the food up. Like,
yeah. So I'm not going to say you never, but I definitely do it more than you do. And if I do it, more times than not, is going in the same thing.
And see, I don't know why I just don't suck it up and do it. Because I like to wake up in the morning to the kitchen looking a certain way. Mm-hmm. And I know that if my honey bunny puts the food up, child, it's gonna be all types of utensils everywhere. The floor ain't gonna be swept, you know. And so I don't know why I don't do it, but
it's mine. Because then, like you said, you still wake up and sometimes you be like, "Why this ain't?" Mm-hmm. Nigga, because you ain't do it.
Yep.
That's why I look like that.
And so that ends up, you know, that's how the refrigerator ends up being how it is. And Snaxx ain't gonna be before it. He's not. He gets a nerve to act like he's about to gag and doing all that type stuff.
Bro, I can't do things that smell bad. I just can't.
But I keep telling him, why are you smelling it though?
I'm not trying to, nigga.
You don't do the, you know, breathe through your mouth, hold it in, you know?
No.
He's sitting there breathing all that in.
I'm one of those people who can't be around like throw up because it'll make me throw up. Yeah. Instantly. I can't. No.
So I do that. You know, I get the gloves. I hold my, you know, I breathe through my mouth, breathe in and out through my mouth, and I bag up everything, and I just go to work. And then I bleach everything down. I just, you know.
And I put my pom-poms on, and I'm cheering from the sideline.
He'll be like, all right, babe. He will take it, like, after everything's done, he'll take the trash out for me. But,
nah.
So I'm trying to get into the habit of not letting it creep up on me. You know, because our refrigerator is not the biggest anyway, so I have to clean it out often. I really do. Just because we don't have the space, so I try to clean out the refrigerator at least maybe like twice a month, because we go grocery shopping twice a month, and so I try to have like a clean fridge, you know, when we bring in the new groceries. So, but yeah, that was mine.
All right.
Okay. Let's
get into it. I think
I'm still recording.
Are you still recording?
I am.
All right, we're still here. Okay. Before we get into the topic, just wanted to shout out everybody who's been listening, supporting, commenting, leaving us review or rating us on iTunes and whatnot. I think we're up to like 4 ratings, 4 or 5-star ratings. That's cool. Yeah, just keep it up.
He's giving you guys such a dry,
my bad.
It's okay, honey. Push through.
I'm here. I'm here. So yes, I'm gonna try. But yeah. So if you have an iTunes account, you know, look us up. If you're listening on there, look us up. You can leave us a review or leave us a rating. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if you are enjoying the content that we're making, you know, enjoying our conversations. If you have not negative things to say, but if you have, you know, any critiques, constructive criticism, let us know.
Please do.
Yeah.
Because we are new at this.
Clearly,
I mean, this is take 2. And see, I got a rod set to put in. That's why I'm like, man.
Yeah, I got dinner.
Snaxx and again, got dinner.
Man, we're like I said, we're last minute with these now, so
we got to edit.
Yep.
All right, so let's jump into the topic.
Boom.
We're still doing the whole chronological thing and, you know, what has led us up to this point. So the topic of this episode is the engagement. Dun, dun, dun. So basically, we got engaged in February of 2016. Literally a week before I was proposed to, I specifically
she let me know she ain't want me.
Told Emmanuel that I was not ready to be married. I told him
that sounds so much worse than what it really was. What it is, if you know your significant other very well, then you can kind of navigate these certain situations. Kamille out of her mouth said, I don't know if I'm ready to be married.
I would prefer to be engaged when around 24, 25.
Yeah. What I heard is, I don't know how people would think about me being married or getting engaged at 22. So that went in and went out.
That's really what it was. I felt that 22 was very young to be engaged, and I felt that people thought if I was engaged that I wasn't going to continue to do like my plans of like going off, you know, to
Kamille
naturopathic
thought
school
that
and stuff.
people would think if she got engaged, she'd be pregnant the next day.
Basically. Yep.
Wedding ring, baby.
And then period. That was it. End of the story.
So yeah, like she was saying, got engaged February 2016.
Yes. It would be at that point we were together for 4 years, so it was around our 4-year anniversary that he proposed.
Yeah, we could do a brief story of the engagement. It was our anniversary of the day we got together is February 12th. For some reason we weren't able to get together that weekend. We had to get together the following weekend. So the following weekend, pick her up Friday. Because at the time she was living in Indy. I was still living in Bloomington, so I went to go pick her up. We were kind of doing quote unquote long distance relationship, so that was something that we had to deal with. It to all those people who do or did real long term relationships.
The real deal.
Yeah, we're not y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah. Picked her up Friday, brought her back to Bloomington, gave her a gift or two. They were anniversary gifts.
Yeah, because we were just celebrating our anniversary.
Like any other year. We exchanged gifts. She gave me gifts and whatnot. The following day, my plan was to kind of take her to all of our first places in Bloomington. So for instance, our first date was at this Fridays. Took her there. I just wanted to take her there to take pictures everywhere we went.
Yeah, we went to my dorm.
Yeah, we went to her dorm where we had our first
kiss.
Took a picture
there.
Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear. We went to Build-A-Bear.
For some reason, Kamille, is that the very first gift you gave me?
That was.
For some odd reason.
I didn't know. I don't know.
It just shows how the inexperience of where we were.
I thought it was nice.
The very first gift Kamille ever gave me was a custom Build-A-Bear
named Snaxx.
We still have him to this day, but it's like at the time, we just got together, so I had to be like, oh, thanks.
Yep. I got him that, and I got him the other gift that I got him when we first got together was the purple bag of Skittles, because that was his favorite type of Skittles was the purple bag.
Shout out to
I got him that
purple bag,
and I just thought, I was like, ooh, these are such good.
I did
gifts.
my thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, Snaxx is my nigga. We still got Snaxx. That day we got another bear to match Snaxx.
To kind of So we got the girl version.
We got the girl version. So they're dating somewhere in our apartment.
Yep. She's here.
Where else did we go that day? I think we went one other place I can't think of. Other than the actual proposal location.
I can't remember either. I think we went to Wright. Did we go to Wright?
Possibly.
So we just kept going to where we had our first this, our first that.
Yeah.
And then the last place that he took me was where he gave me my first gift, which was my birthday gift. So 2 months after we started dating, it was my birthday, and he got me a dolphin bracelet, and he gave it to me at this particular place, and that's where he proposed.
Yeah. So at the proposal place or whatever, I had her kind of go to this one location, so I could grab this letter that I wrote for her out the car. Went to go grab that. Kind of something that we did in our relationship early on was this thing called write something cute, or write me something cute.
Hey, it was kind of like when we wanted to hear loving words from the other person. Hey, text me something cute. I'm
before I go to sleep.
Before I go to sleep,
cute.
Text me something cute, so when I wake up in the morning, I can read it. Or I'm about to go to work, or I got an interview. Text me something cute.
Yep. Yeah. So we used to do that all the time. So this instance, I actually wrote her an actual letter. And I think on the envelope, I put something cute.
Yeah, and I still have the letter. It was handwritten, and it was in purple, which is my favorite color.
I did my thing.
Yeah.
Wrote her that. It looked terrible because my handwriting, I have the handwriting of a 5-year-old. Somehow she read it. Somehow she got to the end. And at the end, of course, it said, will you marry me?
Yep. I would just love for you to continue to be in my life. And I looked up, and he was on one knee. And I was terrified. And her first words, which are hilarious to me, she doesn't think so. I don't like them. He thinks it's funny, but I didn't like it.
Anybody who knows Kamille knows that she adores her mother. I do too. Love Miss Brown.
I love my mom.
they're two peas in a pod. They're yin and yang, or yin and yang. Sorry,
yin and yang. Yep.
So she says, I say, will you marry me? She says, oh, did you ask my mom?
I did. And the reason why
and I laughed.
He laughs, but looking back, for me, it's just like it just reflects like where I was in my journey of still wanting to make sure I was doing everything right according to everybody else. Am I on the right path? Did you ask my mom? What is she going to think? I'm so young, you know? And so I wish that I could have did that moment over and said something different, because the moment that he said, yes, I asked her, of course, like the flood of emotions and everything else, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe he proposed, you know, and I was very happy. And so I wish I could have just have been happy in that moment and not think about like what other people would think about me, I guess. So I would take that part back. Snaxx thinks it's funny because he knows me.
I think it's hilarious because I know who she is. So
yeah, he wasn't upset at all. He was laughing. He's just like, yeah, babe, I asked her.
Yeah, so.
And he asked my G mama, and I thought that was very sweet.
I did. Yeah. That happened. Said yes. And then I guess that's when we can get into the conversation of how did you feel immediately afterwards?
I feel like I was very nervous because we were both 22, and you hadn't had a birthday yet where you were going to turn 23. Oh, just kidding. No, you were 23. Just kidding. You don't know the dates. I got it, bruh. You don't know the dates.
You were about to turn 23.
I was about to turn 23.
I was 23 already.
And you were already 23.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was just nervous because again, and I'm still working on it. It's definitely a journey and a process. But I was just like, what are people going to think? Because at that time, everybody knew I had applied to naturopathic school, and I already had plans of moving that August, you know, to Illinois. And so now I'm getting engaged. And so I was like, what if people think I'm not going to fulfill, like, you know, my dreams? Or what if people think, you know,
you were still struggling,
because people thought like
you were still struggling with like conforming to like the norms of society.
Exactly. Because people were just like, oh, you want to get
so
married?
Young.
Y'all trying to have kids? And I'm like, no.
You can't get married without having kids.
You know, it was just so much. And so
we still have the same reaction to when people say kids now.
We're not ready yet. We're not in a place yet. And, you know,
children. Ugh.
No.
Yuck.
Nieces and nephews.
Love them.
Yes.
All day.
Own babies, we're not ready. We're not ready.
The ones ready. that you can't give back to nobody. Nah,
you gotta keep them for forever. Help us. So that's where I was, like probably a month or so after the engagement. But afterwards, I was just like, you know what? I love him. That's my man.
Yes.
I'm gonna marry you, boy.
Yes,
I am, and I'm gonna do it with a smile. You know. So things kind of shifted, and I got on the like, let's plan the wedding, let's save up, let's grind, let's plan, you know. Yeah,
because that's like you mentioned, I was 23, you was 22. We were both working full time, but like they're not career like jobs. Jobs. Yeah. So I'm a pretty independent person. I feel like, so I knew going into it that we weren't really gonna have like too much financial help with the wedding. Yeah. So my mindset was like, this ain't about to be. This ain't about to be no fairy tale. He saw my dreams,
placed them on the floor, and then tried to step on them.
And
very hard.
Tried to keep it pushing. Initially. Eventually, I was like, all right, we can. I'm cheap, but I don't even know if I'm cheap. What's the word frugal. I'm looking for? I'm frugal, but I'm also very good at not finding deals, but like,
you are good at making things yourself, and they look good. They look as if we spent a lot of money on them.
I guess I don't know the word. Whatever.
That helped out.
So yeah, that was my mindset moving forward. It was, all right, I know my wife wants this, or my fiance wants this. Mm-hmm. That's another funny thing. How quickly did you start saying fiance?
I don't know.
I think I said it we went to dinner that night.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my fiance.
favorite restaurant.
I was thirsty. Anyway. Yeah, my fiance. Wants some lemon in her water, cuz. Give her that.
But yeah, that was his mindset. He kind of wanted to make sure that we were,
I wanted to give you what you wanted, but
knew that we really didn't have
at the same time, I was about to cut every single corner.
Every corner.
Imaginable.
And I had to compromise with that. I had to compromise because although like I was able to save up, a lot of money because I was still living with my mom, I still had to compromise because what I wanted was not what we could afford. And that's just period, point and blank.
No.
So we just couldn't afford it.
My family's too big for that.
Yeah. We just couldn't afford it. And so we just really got the things that I feel like we did in order to help get us our dream wedding is that we found ways to, first of all, be grateful for what we had and to like wait on the Lord and then to try to do things on our own, because that saves money tremendously. That just saves money.
Our wedding was just a big ass DIY project.
It honestly was. and looking back, like in the moment, like you're just like, well, I want this and I want that. And you know what I'm saying? But looking back on it, I'm so like proud of us. And I'm glad it happened the way that it is because it reflects on who we were then, what we had, and how we use our resources to make it still beautiful. And to me, that is what I love. We didn't have much, but we rubbed 2 pennies together and it looked like we had something. So
came out pretty nice,
and so we did things like that. We cut corners. One thing that we did is that we had our wedding on a Sunday and we already observed the Sabbath on a Saturday. So it really wasn't, anything too crazy.
No,
but that cut our price down at the venue.
Not only having it on Sunday, but we decided to have a Sunday brunch wedding. Yeah.
So that was the theme of our wedding, like a Sunday brunch, vintage type of thing. And by ordering brunch, cut it in half too.
And then instead of having an open bar, we had unlimited sangria and mimosas
and sangrias and stuff you would have like at like a little brunch and stuff.
Bottomless. That's what unlimited. Yeah. Bottomless.
So we did things like that, and Snaxx made like our invitations because he's really good with that type of thing. And
I made our invitations. Mm-hmm. I made our save a dates. Mm-hmm. I did our own website. Didn't pay anybody for that. Mm-hmm.
All this stuff we just saving on.
Damn, what else did I do?
The other thing, we didn't have a wedding planner.
Did not have a wedding planner. Well, we did.
So we planned the wedding ourselves, but of course my G mama, like, she is also a wedding planner. That's like something else she does on the side. So we would always like refer to her for like questions and things that we needed help with. But I do wish the day of that we kind of had gotten somebody, just because G Mama is like one person, and that day she was really focused on me and my dress, and helping me out.
She couldn't be.
We needed somebody else to kind of. Yeah, she couldn't be grandma and wedding planner at the same time.
That's too much.
But and speaking of my dress, that was another way that we cut costs because
Kamille dress came from China.
It did. It did. It came from this website. So since my G Mama was in the wedding game or whatever, she knew like specific like wholesale stores online that would make custom dresses. You would just send them like your measurements and they would, make your dress whatever style that you wanted. And so that's how I got my dress. Yeah. I literally did not.
You didn't say yes to the dress.
I didn't say yes to the dress, and I didn't try on my dress until 2 days before I got married. Really? That's when Yes.
I thought you tried it on when it first got there.
I tried it on, but when I tried it on then, I had like leggings on. I had like clothes on. It was just like a rough try on. Okay. It wasn't anything like crazy because G Mama had my dress, and so I lived in Illinois, so I wasn't able to like have fully access to it and stuff like that.
You got it shipped directly to her?
Yes, I got it shipped to her because in case things didn't go as planned, she could make alterations to my dress. G Mama, she's just the jack of all trades. So if anything that, I was going to need as far as alterations, she was going to take care of. So I left the dress with her. So I didn't fully try on my dress, like just me, like how I'm going to look on the wedding day until Thursday. And we were getting married on Sunday. And I was like, thank you, Lord, that Everything was okay. So that was another way that we cut costs because my dress was less than $300. Less than $300. Mm-hmm. And it didn't look like it.
Yeah. So altogether our budget was what, like $8,000 for the wedding?
Yeah, we spent $8,000 to $10,000 on our wedding, which is very
very good considering how we had it, where we had it, and how many guests we had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think the other thing, it was just, honestly, to me, it was nothing but God.
Speaking of your grandma, sorry, and guest, that was the funny part about your grandma, like during the whole guest process.
Yeah.
Y'all, she tried to invite Camille's whole church.
She did. And we didn't have the money for it. I was like, G Mama, I can only invite 75 people, but she didn't hear that. Instead, she decided to make an announcement, and they said the announcement at church. I told her, I said, we can invite this many people from the church, G-Mama. We don't have the funds, and I'm sad that I can't invite everybody. And what G-Mama heard was, girl, you being disrespectful. Yeah. These people raised you. Yeah. I'll put it in the church announcements, and then we'll go from there. So that was kind of like the struggle. That was kind of like the struggle because, mind you, at this point, we were engaged for 2.5 years before we got married. And at this point, I'm in school. I don't have a job. Okay? I don't have a job. So how we are saving up for this wedding, nothing but the Lord. Because I don't have a job. I'm literally pinching from my refund check. Lord, just give me a pinch of it.
I still don't know.
I don't know how we pay for a wedding.
Happened, but
I don't know how
it happened.
You know, and we did have some people that made like donations, like my friend or my best friends. Like we had people, helping out here and there and stuff. But for the bulk of it, it was nothing but the Lord, because I don't know, y'all. I don't know how. I don't know how it worked. So
another big way we kind of cut costs. I think we both agree that wedding cakes are stupid.
Yeah.
Of
course I would want a pretty one. I'm not going to lie. I would have wanted a pretty one.
It was one of the things she was most willing to
compromise on. Mm-hmm.
So instead of having a big wedding cake, we kind of, what did we do? We got like,
my mom told us about Target and how Super Target, they make really good cakes.
They got really good bakery.
And she's not lying. They have really good cakes.
So what we did was we told the wedding coordinator and whatnot from the actual wedding venue, what we were trying to do, and they were able to bring those cakes there. They were able to cut it in the back. They were supposed to. We're not getting into that. They were supposed to cut it in the back and just serve it as like on plates and whatnot. Mm-hmm. That was the plan. We won't discuss.
We won't discuss what happened. But that was what we did. We got sheet cakes. We got sheet cakes. That's what you're looking for. I got you, boo.
I was trying to say box cakes.
We got sheet cakes for our guests, and him and I got a personalized small cake that was decorative.
Oh yeah.
He forgot that.
We had our. Where did we get that from?
Target. Honey, be with me on this.
So yeah, we had our own little personal cake.
Yeah.
It wasn't the big traditional wedding cake. It was our own little personal.
So we compromised there. And we also compromised with flowers because they were fake, all of them. They were faux.
As they should be.
So a lot of this was compromised, of course, on my end, because Snaxx didn't really see the importance.
No. So I'm a firm believer of, if you can't show me why I'm doing this,
he's not gonna.
I can't fully commit to doing something. So a lot of wedding traditions are just like, why in the hell do we do that?
Yeah. And he kept on saying this one thing. It was helpful for me, but he kept saying, like, Kamille, it's not about the actual wedding event. It's not about the wedding day. It's about what happens the day after we're married.
Yeah.
And even though it was so true, I was so annoyed to hear that. I was like, boy, I'm trying to have a lit wedding.
That was coming from my wallet. That wasn't even coming from me. That was my wallet.
I thought that was, I thought that was like something sweet you were saying. So
I'm trying to think, because we want to have next week's episode be about the actual wedding day. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that we can... Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
You mean, like, you think we covered everything?
For the engagement?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm sorry, guys, that this episode, to me, I don't feel like, I don't know. I guess we covered the basics.
Yeah. So
but I'm not satisfied with the episode. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
We won't be satisfied because of what happened earlier.
Yeah.
But this was kind of supposed to be like a part 1, part 2 type of episode.
Type of situation, yeah.
So part 1 was just the engagement. Part 2 we will discuss like actual wedding day. And I guess post wedding for the most part. And how we kind of, you know, navigated through all of that jazz. It's all right, babe. She's over here just like fuming that, you know, what happened earlier happened, but ups and downs.
Because I feel like it kind of just messes up like our vibe, and it's no longer like authentic, and it's kind of like,
man, we did all right. We did what we had to do.
Okay.
And like you said, you got to do some rod sets. We're over here like
thinking about what we have to do now,
man,
and
it's already
5:03.
Yeah, we gotta be out of here.
We gotta be, and guys, just charge it to don't charge it to our hearts. We sorry we so dry, you know.
I don't even think we were that dry.
But you know, you got that feeling like, dang, this episode didn't feel like that. That's how I am. You know, see, Snaxx is quality control when it comes to like tech, but I like to make sure, you know, like the vibe is there and that our flow is there or the connection is there, and it's just like, you know, Snaxx over here with a long face leaning over the mic, and you know, I just want more for you guys that's listening. That's all. But we gonna wrap it up. Y'all, I got a ride set
is
to
over
do.
here with the goddamn fresh deep conditioner in her hair.
Condition.
With the goddamn what's that? The plastic cap under the t-shirt.
And then the t-shirt.
Hair ready to get done.
My hair is gonna be so well moisturized and conditioned after this.
I'm still here in the bonnet. I gotta I gotta get my life together too. So
we gotta get our lives together. So we gotta be out.
Yeah, we gotta be out. So yeah, that was.
Yep. So we want to thank everyone for tuning in to another episode, even though this is part 2 or take two of the When You See Love podcast, episode 6. But we hope that, you know, something we said, you know, inspired you to find a little love in your life. You thought our story was a little bit interesting, and you know, all that jazz. You can keep up with us on these social media platforms: SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and Instagram, right? All of those places. And yeah, that's just the end of this episode.
Camille doesn't want to leave. We're out of here.
I don't want to leave. I don't feel complete, but we gotta go.
Yeah. So again, thank y'all for listening. This was bearing with us. We apologize if anything comes off as dry or whatever. I don't think it was that bad. I think initially,
dry,
you know,
like peanut butter.
It's the cinnamon challenge in here. I think we did all right, but
y'all let us know.
Yeah.
Comment.
If you made it this far,
constructive criticism.
You know what I thought was cool?
What?
I saw a few more of those like hashtag honest moment on the.
Oh, nice! Thanks,
like,
guys.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, y'all can give us an honest moment.
Yeah, honestly,
honest moment. How was it? Was it dry?
Anywho, I don't think so. So again, we appreciate y'all for listening, tuning in on whatever platform you're listening to. This was again season 1, episode 6 of the When You See Love podcast. And yeah, I think we're out of here. And yeah, don't forget, man, when you see love, just go get it, fam.